everybody, my name is Sasha J, the Sexy Chef, and welcome to my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Today I'm making my amazing spaghetti squash, fully loaded baked potatoes, very high protein, low calorie. So for people who love fully loaded baked potatoes, I found this really easy recipe that's so delicious and it's healthy. So let's hop right on in. So this is everything that you're going to need. You're going to need your coconut milk, your cheese, seasonings of your choice. I chose smoked paprika, basil, onion powder, garlic powder, and my multi-tool seasoning, along with some extra light olive oil. You can do chicken or shrimp. I'm going to use shrimp today, but you can do any type of meat that you like. Onions, broccoli, and of course your spaghetti squash. So let's hop right on in. So first things first, we're going to grab our spaghetti squash. We're going to cut it right down the middle. So this would probably pretty much be like a huge potato. This one's pretty hard to cut, so bear with me. Yeah, this one's a little bit challenging. Okay, there we go. It's coming through. So you would cut it straight down the middle. This is why I use really nice culinary. This was really thick and hard to cut through. So you want to make sure that you definitely have a really nice kitchen knife. I use my Japanese steak knife. And so we're going to clean all of this out on the inside. So it's kind of like carving a pumpkin, how you would take all of the seeds out of the inside. So we're going to scrape all of this into a bowl. Let me grab a bowl really quick so you guys are able to see. So we're just going to scrape all of that into a bowl. So it's going to look something like that. We're just going to clean it out just a little bit more. Yeah, it's almost kind of like a pumpkin. The texture of a pumpkin on the inside. This is spaghetti squash. It is so healthy. It has so many health benefits. And it's delicious. So if you want to cut back on carbs, you can replace your baked potato with spaghetti squash. So there we have it. Both of them are nice and cleaned out. So next we are going to grab a mixing bowl. We're going to put about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to mix in my seasonings. So I'm using a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of smoked paprika, 2 tablespoons of my all-purpose seasoning, and this is pretty much garlic, pepper, all types of stuff mixed up. It's an all-purpose seasoning. There's a lot of stuff in there. And then I got a tablespoon of basil. We're going to give that a really good mix. We're going to turn it into like a paste. So it's going to be like, so these are all the nice flavoring. If you like cayenne pepper, you like spicy, you can add any type of seasoning that you like to your taste buds. So I will leave all of the ingredients inside of the description bar. I really like the multi-tool. It has pretty much onion, garlic, pepper, salt, sea salt. I don't really like regular salt, so this is a really natural seasoning. So I use 2 tablespoons of this. You can find this on my website at sexychef.com. So I'm going to get my brush and we're going to get our baking sheet. gonna set our spaghetti squash on the baking sheet, and we're gonna lightly cover, season the outside, the inside. Just rub it all around. We want it nicely seasoned so that it can have a whole lot of flavor. If you like flavor like me, I love flavor. So it's pretty much go in there with your brush or your hands, whatever you want to do. And we're just going to give this a really good seasoned, evenly distribute. And I would just put it around the edges and on the inside, because this is going to be our base and this is what's going to top off our spaghetti squash. And I'm just going to pretty much use it all, because it's all natural. It's olive oil, natural seasoning, so you cannot over season with this. I use 100% all natural seasonings, but feel free to use whatever seasonings that you want. So there we have it. They're both nicely seasoned, as you can see. And I'm going to put this on 350 and put it in the oven for about 35 minutes. Alright, so while those are baking, we are going to start cutting and cleaning our shrimp. So what I always do is I hold it by the tail, and I just go in and peel from the inside and just take the casing off, the shell, which it'll look like that. And then I take a knife. You want to clean, you cut from the back all the way to the front. So this is how you clean your shrimp. This didn't have anything in it, but normally they'll have their poop line. You want to clean both sides. And so there was nothing in that one either. And then I pull the shell off. I take the, if you want to keep the, I'm actually going to keep these on because I like the way they cook better. You can take them off if you want. So we're just going to go back into cleaning. Quick, fast, and easy. Like I said, you just grab the tail and you do it a spin and the shell is off. And you want to make sure you clean that line. You just go straight down the middle. These ones are probably already cleaned because I don't see anything in any of them. So they look like they're already, well, that one had just a little bit. So I have a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Instead of using my multi-tool, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning because I want a Cajun style, but you can use whatever seasoning you want. Another tablespoon of basil, a tablespoon of smoked paprika, and a tablespoon of garlic. We're going to go back in. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil because it's thicker than I want it to be. I want it to be like a thin paste. It was kind of a little on the thick side. So I'm going to go back in. And I'm going to put me some fresh ground pepper. And like I said, if you like spicy, add your cayenne pepper, which I do like spice. So I'm going to add some cayenne pepper because anybody that knows me knows I like spice. So let me throw some cayenne pepper in here. Well, unfortunately, I'm out of cayenne pepper, so I'm just going to do a tablespoon of red peppers to add some spice. So that's what red peppers look like. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of red peppers to replace my cayenne pepper. And if you want to make it really seafood, you can add some Old Bay to it too. But you know what? Since this is seafood, I'm going to add some Old Bay. I got my Louisiana crawfish, and I'm probably just going to put like 1 tablespoon in there because it's already well seasoned. So now we have all our seasonings in here, and we're going to grab a bowl, throw in our jumbo prawns. This is going to be so tasty. The squash already has my kitchen smelling so wonderful. You do not have to be a chef to cook like one. And I love that it's natural. I use all my seasonings are 100% natural. Like I said, if you want salt, substitute it for sea salt or Himalaya salt. And so what we're going to do, we're going to marinate these. As you can see, they're nicely seasoned to perfection. It has all my favorite seasonings in here. So I'm just going to put these to the side and we're going to start on our sauce. So next we're going to get a pot and a strainer. I always put my strainer because I'm going to steam my broccoli. I don't like putting it in boiling water because it pulls all the health benefits out. So I like to steam my veggies. So I'm going to put this on the stove and we're going to get into chopping our broccoli. If you guys could smell my kitchen right now. Oh, it hasn't even got halfway started and it just smells so delicious. Just all those nice seasonings and smelling the squash bake. It's just so inviting and it's making me so hungry. So I put the stove on high. I'm going to put the stove, let it boil, and we're going to get into chopping our broccoli. I'm just going to use, this is probably about a pound of broccoli or maybe a half a pound. I'm not for sure, but it's somewhere along that line. So we're just gonna chop these in nice bite-sized pieces. If you want to cut the ends off, I kind of keep a little bit of it because I like that part and there's a lot of health benefits in there. So I just cut them into like bite-sized pieces, as you can see. And depending on how many people you're cooking for as well. So these are pretty nice bite-sized pieces. I always buy fresh broccoli. You're more than welcome to get frozen broccoli if this will make it easier and faster for you. But I like everything fresh, so I pretty much get all my vegetables out the produce. The fresher, the better. But if you're in a rush and you don't want to cut up, and you're more than welcome to use frozen broccoli as well. So let's get into chopping. There are so many health benefits in broccoli. I love broccoli. I eat broccoli with a lot of things. My steak, my baked potatoes. I put it in my quiche when I'm doing my breakfast quiche. So broccoli can be used in so many different forms. You can put it in your fettuccine. You could eat it raw with some sauce if you want, some ranch, however you choose to do it. Alright, so this is pretty much chopped up now. I'm going to wait for the water to come to a boil, and then we're going to jump right into making the cheese sauce. So there we have it. Broccoli's all chopped and ready to go. So let's hop right into our sauce. I'm going to use the Thai Kitchen. It's called 2 Simple Ingredients. It's no dairy. It's an alternative if you do not want to eat dairy. So this is coconut milk. So this is what I'm going to use as my choice. And I'm going to put a cup, actually 2 cups in here, 2 cups of milk. And I'm going to put it on low heat. So I'm going to get a wire whisk and I'm going to whisk this in there. I love the coconut milk. Like I said, you can definitely use another alternative. There's so many different milks. Me personally, I can't drink regular milk, and I really love the taste of the coconut milk. But if you're not a fan of coconut, you can definitely use so many. They got so many different milks out there, so you just use what's best for you. Like I said, you can use any type of milk. So we're going to bring that to a light boil, and you want to cook this on low because milk burns really fast. So this right here is low heat. You want to continuously wire whisk because as soon as you stop, it's going to start sticking and burning. So we're going to wire whisk that, and I'm going to throw in some cheese. Alrighty, so now that the milk is ready, I'm going to throw in me 2 cups of cheese. You can use any cheese of your choice. There's pepper jack, all-American, cheddar, Parmesan, whatever cheese you decide. I'm using a Mexican cheddar cheese. It has 4 different types of cheese in here, and it's no hormones, so this is why I chose this. No hormones. It's supposed to be a healthier choice of cheese at 110 calories. So this is what I'm going to use, but you're more than welcome to use whatever type of cheese that you like. Then I'm going to go in and season my sauce, but because our meat and our potatoes are already seasoned, you want to very lightly season the sauce. So I'm just going to put about ½ tablespoon of pepper, a little bit more garlic. I'm going to use fresh minced garlic. I'm going to go in and put a little bit of Old Bay because this is a seafood baked potato or spaghetti squash. If you're doing steak or chicken, then you can use whatever sauce you want, but because it's seafood, I want a seafood taste, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of Old Bay. And because I like spice, I'm going to put a little bit more red peppers in here just to spice it up. And that's pretty much going to be my sauce. I'm dropping the broccoli right now because my water has came to a boil. You only want your broccoli to boil for about 3 to 5 minutes or until it turns a pretty green, because we're going to put it in the sauce and you don't want to overcook it and have soggy broccoli. So if you want your broccoli to be like kind of like on the in-between, a little bit crunchy. If you like it soggy, cook it all the way. I cook my broccoli for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I dip it in my sauce. So now that our sauce has come to a boil, we're going to put in our seasoned jumbo prawns. And that's why I say lightly season the sauce, because these are already well seasoned. As you can see, so much seasoning on these. And we're going to let these cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. Our broccoli is turning such a beautiful color, and this is why I say don't cook it all the way through, because the sauce is going to cook it. So when it starts turning a pretty green, that's when you want to take it off. So I'm about to take these off and throw these in the sauce, and then where broccoli is going to be on the crunchy side. I like my broccoli to be like halfway cooked because I like that crunch, and plus it doesn't take all the nutrients and minerals and all the benefits broccoli has to offer out of it if you overcook. So we want to keep as much benefit in the broccoli as possible. So I'm going to dump this in our sauce. Let's get right into it. Alrighty, so our broccoli is done. We are going to dump it right into the saucepan. And then we're just going to give it a nice swirl. We're going to mix everything. See how those shrimp are cooking. You see how everything's coming together nicely. And I'm just going to like turn this down on low, cover it up, and just let it simmer for just a little bit. This is going to be the topping of our spaghetti squash. So I'm going to put it on low and let it simmer for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Alrighty, so our spaghetti squash is ready to go. And let's get right into fully loading this spaghetti squash potato. Alrighty, so it's pretty hot, so bear with me. So we're gonna bring it over here. Look how nice and seasoned that is. I'm going to take a fork and I'm just going to fluff it out how you would do a baked potato. You just fluff it out. Look, all them seasonings. I'm gonna grab something that can kind of help me. So this is really, really hot. So let me grab like a napkin or something. Yeah, you want them to cool down, but because this is my live, I'm going to, and I like my potatoes hot, so I'm just going to hold it with the napkin to help me out. And you just want to kind of, you see how I'm fluffing it out and see all them seasonings. If you want to add butter, You can add butter if you want, plant-based butter, whatever butter you choose, but I feel this sauce is so juicy that you don't need butter. But see, all that squash and all the seasonings that are going inside of there, this is going to be so delicious. And you just want to fluff as much of the squash as you can. All right, so now that we have that, so now that it's all fluffy and ready to go, we're going to fill it with our jumbo prawns and our cream sauce. So I grabbed my jumbo spoon so we can get some really nice. Let's bring it closer. I'm probably gonna hold it. Fill it up. Ooh, it's hot. Alrighty, let's fill them. So we're gonna fill these potatoes up with our jumbo prawns and shrimp, and oh my God, these are looking so tasty, and they're coming together exactly how I need them to. So there we have it. We have it fully loaded. If you want to add extra cheese on top or sour cream to top it, you're more than welcome to do that. Since this is a high protein, trying to make it as healthy as possible, I'm going to keep it exactly like this. But this is your potato, and you can make it any way you choose. So it's all up to your preference. It's fully loaded. It's ready to go. Oh my God, so delicious. I don't know if you guys see this, but we're going to turn this camera around so you guys can get the full benefit of these squash spaghetti potatoes. Okay, there you guys have it. The healthiest potato you guys will ever have. It's fulfilling. As you can see, these potatoes are quite big. You can probably eat off this all day. But yes, these delicious jumbo prawn spaghetti squash potatoes. I hope you enjoyed and you liked and indulge. I'm going to leave the recipe inside the description bar. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be leaving this lovely recipe inside of the descriptions. If you'd like to try any of my famous seasonings and sauces, please visit my website at sexychef.com. And I actually have some really good Tupperware, cookware, knife sets, so you do not have to be a chef to cook like one. So until next time, enjoy, and everyone have a healthy 2025. Love.